Welcome back to our channel. In the vast, blue cradle of our Earth, the ocean, life moves in rhythms that are both ancient and fragile. Beneath the waves, where sunbeams pierce the surface and dance upon the seafloor, there are creatures who have lived through ages, weathered storms, and outlasted empires. Among them glide the sea turtles, gentle, stoic, and unyielding symbols of a sea's resilience. But even the most enduring lives can be brought low by the slow creep of suffering. Today, I want to tell you a story, not of one turtle, but of many. Not a single rescue, but a journey that plays out again and again, on beaches, in hospitals, in quiet rooms where hands tremble and hearts break. It's a story that the ocean whispers every day, if only we would listen. It begins with a single barnacle. A barnacle is a small marine crustacean, seemingly harmless in isolation. It floats through the sea, seeking a place to call home. And when it finds the shell of a sea turtle, it latches on with certainty. This is where we'll live, feed, and multiply. To the barnacle, it is merely survival. But to the turtle, it is the start of an invisible wait. At first, the turtle may not even notice. A few tiny hitchhikers on its shell. But as time goes on, and especially if the turtle is already ill or injured, more barnacles arrive. They cover the shell, the limbs, the neck, even the face. They cluster in crevices, invade soft tissue, and create jagged armor on a creature that once moved like silk through the sea. Turtles are born to glide, to traverse thousands of miles of open water. But now imagine doing that with bricks strapped to your back. Every movement becomes sluggish. Every dive requires more effort. And when it's time to surface for air, the turtle, already tired, must struggle even harder. This is not just a burden of weight. Barnacles don't just sit on the shell. They drill into it. They open wounds. Bacteria seep in. Infection spreads. The turtle's immune system fights a battle on all fronts, inside and out. Some turtles lose their sight as barnacles grow around their eyes. Others can no longer open their mouths fully to eat. Still others develop shell deformities, where the invasive crustaceans alter the shell's growth, creating weak points that fracture and bleed. The suffering is quiet. There is no cry, no howl, just a gentle creature drifting closer to death, covered in a crust it never asked for. And yet, despite it all, they endure. And just some are found in time. We, the humans who have caused so much of this suffering through pollution, climate change, and neglect, also have the capacity to heal. Along coasts from Florida to Greece, Australia to Spain, rescue teams respond to calls. A turtle has been spotted floating, unresponsive. Another has been found washed ashore, its limbs too weak to crawl. When these turtles arrive at a rescue center, the scene is always heartbreaking. Their shells are sometimes completely obscured, blackened, gray, crusted over. Their eyes are cloudy, their bodies emaciated, but their hearts still beat. The removal process begins with care. You cannot simply scrape barnacles away. That would damage the turtle's shell and flesh. So the process is slow and deliberate. Warm water soaks the shell, softening the grip of the barnacles. Volunteers and veterinarians use blunt tools, brushes, even their fingers. One by one, the barnacles are removed. Sometimes the barnacles are so embedded that pulling them leaves behind bloody craters. These must be disinfected. Turtles are given antibiotics. Wounds are cleaned daily. Some turtles are too weak to eat and must be hand-fed or given nutrients through a tube. It could take weeks, sometimes months. But every day is a step toward healing. And then comes the moment we all wait for. The moment the turtle, once burdened by thousands of parasites, begins to swim again. Its strokes become stronger, its eyes clearer. It floats without struggle. It dies with purpose. The release is bittersweet. Standing on the beach, holding that turtle one last time, we know what it's overcome. We know the odds it beat, and we let it go. Not into the unknown, but into freedom. But as it disappears into the waves, we are left with questions we cannot ignore. Why are our turtles becoming so vulnerable to barnacles? Why are more and more showing up in need of help? The answer lies in us, in a waste we leave behind, in the plastic bags floating like jellyfish, in the fishing lines that entangle and injure, in the warming seas where coral reefs die and food becomes scarce. A weakened turtle, starving, injured, disoriented, is a beacon for barnacles. The problem is not the barnacle. It is what we have done to make turtles vulnerable to them. This is why your choices matter. Every straw refused, every piece of plastic picked up, every donation to a turtle hospital, every conversation about conservation. We are not powerless. We are the turning point. It's not just about turtles. It's about everything they represent. Oceans full of life, balance, and ecosystems, and a planet where the ancient and the modern can coexist. When we save a turtle, we are saving more than a life. We are saving a piece of the ocean's soul. We are choosing compassion over convenience, action over apathy. So what can we do to protect them and our oceans? We can reduce plastic use by choosing reusable bags, bottles, and containers. We can participate in local beach cleanups or organize one ourselves. We can educate others about the dangers of plastic pollution and ghost nets, abandon fishing gear that entangles countless marine animals. We could demand policies that protect marine habitats. We could support sustainable seafood choices and boycott industries that destroy turtle nesting beaches. We can vote for leaders who take climate change seriously and invest in renewable energy. And perhaps most importantly, we can reconnect with the ocean. Visit it, respect it, teach your children to love it, not fear it. Show them that turtles are not just animals. They are ancient guardians of the sea. Let the image stay with you. A turtle, once buried under barnacles, now swimming free. Let that be your reminder. Let that be your call. Because healing the world starts not with grand gestures, but with simple acts of love for creatures that cannot speak for themselves, but feel everything. Their suffering is silent, but our response must be loud. Help us peel away the weight of what we've done. Help us give them back the ocean, one turtle at a time, one wave at a time, one heart at a time. Together,